For over 4 decades, the people have lived under the rule of a tyrant who denies them their most basic human rights.
Time has come for him to step aside.
We must keep on with the NATO mission and bring him to justice.
He's a dictator. He's a horrible human being. You know, it's a whole double standard we have, and not only in the law, but just about everything else, as you know very well.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. The media is begging for a Trump dictatorship, and Trump has now responded in the most hilarious fashion. Opinion: a Trump dictatorship is increasingly inevitable. We should stop pretending. This is from the Washington Post. Liz Cheney having a menopausal meltdown, warns Trump will never leave office if he's elected president again. She's saying this could be the last election in American history. What's wrong, Liz? Why are you standing next to Trump? I don't get it. What you doing there, Liz? What you doing? What? Look, you're practically holding hands. You're practically holding hands with a dictator. Oh no, this hasn't happened since, I don't know, your dad and Saddam Hussein. Check this out. More of it. The fear of a looming Trump dictatorship. The Atlantic does a full issue on if Trump wins. The staff of the Atlantic on the threat a second term poses to American democracy. Yes, look at all this. Look at all these people screaming, seething, clutching pearls. Oh yeah, the entire issue is about Donald Trump, obsessed with how terrifying a second Trump term will be. You know how terrifying a second Trump term could be? Well, Donald Trump could potentially, I don't know, lock up people for sharing memes. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Donald Trump targeted religious groups that he didn't like Catholics? My God. Or if Donald Trump used the military to stage speeches like this? Holy moly. What Trump did do was answer the question when asked last night on a town hall on Fox, and it went like this. It's causing a total and complete apoplectic meltdown. Listen to this.
Because the media has been focused on this and attacking you under no circumstances. You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's
not
retribution.
I'm going to be.
Shut up, Sean.
I'm going to be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No. Other than day one, we're closing the border." And we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
So that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right.
Exactly.
Look at Trump with the alpha stance. Look at the stance. Look at this man. Look at this man. He's aging in reverse. He's getting younger. Donald Trump laughing with the alpha stance. Who sits like this? I should sit like this. I should do the whole show like this. Donald Trump. I'll only be a dictator on day one. This reminds me of. This reminds me of. Okay, so one, it's an ad hominem argument, right? So they're saying he's a dictator. They just want him to respond so they can say he's a dictator, which is, of course, exactly what happened in the corporate press. They get all spun up that Donald Trump is then a dictator. It's an ad hominem attack. If you respond to it, then effectively you're buttressing the attack, right? So now the corporate press has lost their minds. So they publish all these articles about Trump being a dictator, and then when Donald Trump makes a joke about it, much like with Megyn Kelly, remember with Megyn Kelly? Only Rosie O'Donnell. You've called women fat pigs. Only Rosie O'Donnell. You defang the entire argument. So this is what Donald Trump is doing. With humor, he is defanging the entire argument. Trump said Tuesday that he will not be a dictator except for day one when he returns to office. I want to close the border and I want to drill. Other than that, I will not be a dictator. This is hilarious. It's comedy. It's funny. And it also is clearly indicative of what the American public want. But there was a apoplectic meltdown, with seething cortisol flowing for the corporate media. Reaction to this was hysterical.
Well, I mean, Willie, think about it. If any other politician in American history were asked the question, are you going to be a dictator? No. Donald Trump never answered it. He never answered it.
Any plans to abuse power, break the law, or go after people? And here's the thing, Van. We timed it. He didn't answer that question for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, he obfuscated didn't give a yes or a no for 5 minutes, and when he finally did answer, the answer was dictator on day one.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, that's right into my bloodstream. Dictator on day one. It's a joke. You've been asked for 5 minutes about the dictator question because everyone sees what you're all writing. Everyone sees stories like this in the Washington Post. And so you make light of it. And by the way, unlike the stories in the Washington Post, this photo is actually real of Joe Biden being flanked by the military, condemning half the country that didn't vote for him. Probably far more than that, but we'll never know. Wow, during a Fox News town hall, Donald Trump just said he plans to be a dictator on day one, if elected, to push policy proposals forward. What the F? Trump is against everything Americans stand for. He's incredibly disingenuous. We would beat him, says paid Gen Z bot. Yeah. No word yet from Harry Sisson about the FBI attacking Catholics and Christians inside their places of worship, or locking up people for memes, or locking up Owen Schroyer for free speech. No words yet on that. We won't hold our breath though for young Harry. We will hold our breath when it comes to watching Joe Biden anytime he's outside walking, because it's terrifying. Joe Biden was asked, would you be running if Donald Trump wasn't running?
Would you be running for president if Trump wasn't running?
I expect so, but look, he is running, and I have to run.
If you drop out and Trump runs out.
No, not now.
I have to run, says Joe Biden. Well, who's giving you those orders, Mr. Commander-in-Chief? Donald Trump's response.
Well, he said this: if Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running, he said at a campaign event today. How do you react to that?
Well, I think somebody gave him a talking point. They thought that would sound good. You know, I just found out that Democrats are funding Nikki Haley's campaign. I hear that Democrats are contributing to Ron DeSantis's, or Ron DeSanctimonious, to Ron DeSantis's campaign. And then you hear the talking points. That's the only thing they're good at, cheating on elections and great talking points. They say, we want to run against Trump. They want to run. Well, we did really well in 2016, and we did so much better in 2020. The person they don't want to run against is us. It's us. It's not me. It's us. Because it's a movement, the likes of which this country, Sean, has never seen before.
And he's damn right. He was damn right when he went after Joe Biden cognitively. Of course, listen to the audience reaction here. Tells you everything you need to know.
I personally don't think he makes it. Okay? I haven't said that. I'm saving it for this big town hall. I personally don't think he makes it. I think he's in bad shape physically. Do you remember when he said, I'd like to take him behind the barn? If he took me behind the barn and I went like this, I believe he'd fall over. I believe he'd fall over. And who knows? Who knows? But it was okay. And by the way, it was okay for him to say that. He said, I'd like to take him behind the... He could say that and everyone thought it was so cute. If I ever said it, they'd say, he's a dictator. He's a horrible human being. You know, it's a whole double standard we have, and not only in the law, but just about everything else, as you know very well. I personally don't think he makes it physically. I watched him at the beach. He wasn't able to lift a beach chair, which is meant for children to lift. You can lift it like that. And mentally, I would say he's possibly equally as bad and maybe worse.
What on earth could possibly make the Democrat Party think that Joe Biden is the best candidate running against Donald Trump? I don't understand it. For the life of me, you know, we have a chance to select the candidate for our party, but Democrat Party elections are rigged. Listen, guys, this isn't like an overarching like commentary on the greater overall general election apparatus. I'm telling you that Bernie Sanders was supposed to win in 2020. Bernie Sanders was supposed to win in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. But they straight up rigged it against Bernie. Democrat voters don't vote. They don't want to vote. They don't want to use their brain. They get force-fed. The Borg feeds them the talking points. Like, it's really easy to be a Democrat. You just turn off your brain. And then all of society just fills in the gaps, right? Just floods it with the gray matter, the ooze. They select your candidates for you. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think. So why did they select Joe Biden? It's crazy. Look at these numbers. Yo, this is bad, okay? We're talking about the real clear politics, general election, Biden versus Trump here. Trump winning a preponderance of the polls. You never saw this in 2020. Not once. Never. In 2020, every single one of these, this column was Biden plus 20 on everything. This is otherworldly. Trump plus 6 in the Harvard-Harris poll. In the Harvard poll, Donald Trump's up by 6 points. Look at this. Look at Donald Trump. Just absolutely dominating. Look at the fact that Joe Biden is sort of like living along the mean here, right? Joe Biden is sort of like just muddles. This is the real clear politics polling average. So Joe Biden is sort of like just living along the median line here of like 44%. It's Donald Trump who's skyrocketing and dominating. I don't get it. They had a chance to select. And now they're in panic. This is why they're rolling out the talking points. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. It's great. Into my veins. Ladies and gentlemen, stay based. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.